Hello, you crazy people, and welcome to the 6th episode of the GregsynthVlog. And yeah, we'll keep that intro right there because that was gold. Um, it's been quite a week actually, I should say, since last week. Thank you for all the birthday wishes on Facebook, and thank you for the insane amount of questions. I have wow, one, two, three. I have 6 pages of questions here. Yeah, 6 full pages. And got a couple new people in here and got some old favorites. So, everybody's going to get a taste of, some questions that have really never been asked. A lot of new style questions and then some old favorites in there. So, I hopefully you guys like my answers. I'm looking forward to this one. Um, so, where to begin? Um, I feel old. Uh, I've made it a quarter century. I cannot believe it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, let's get into it, shall we? All right. On page one, question one, we have James slash Classic Rock 2012. He asked me a few questions, and I shall answer them. First question is, which Magic Tour show do you think is better, the second Leiden or Barcelona? Well, overall, I would have to go with the second Leiden show. Amazing atmosphere, Freddie's in better voice, and there's some factors like that which propel that show over Barcelona. Although Barcelona is one of the best shows on the later part of the Magic Tour, it's certainly, it ranks pretty high. But I'm sorry, but Leiden is the definitive one. And as I adjust the camera here a little bit off center there. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it was looking a little goofy there. Okay. We'll keep that in. Second question is Dublin 84 versus Stuttgart 84. Both are great shows. The band is tighter at Stuttgart overall. Some better improv playing, some better solos. So band-wise, it's a bit tighter. I like it musically better. Freddie sounds great on both shows. Dublin, tad more fresh because it's the second show on the tour, but Stuttgart is very, very good too, and it has some really cool singing by Freddie, especially the Dragon Attack, the Hammer to Fall. I Want to Break Free sounds pretty freaking good if you ask me as well. Overall, as general rating, I'll have to give it to Stuttgart. Sorry, that show is cool, and I love it, and I highly recommend anyone who's interested in the Works Tour for good shows, check out Stuttgart, because I love it. And third question, what do you think are the most underrated shows from the Magic Tour? Underrated shows. I think the second Munich show a little bit. I think that has some pretty cool performances, and the show doesn't really get talked about as much. It's a pretty good show with some standout moments. I think Manchester's underrated. I like that show a lot. Let's see here. Barcelona, in a way. Although, I mean, that gets talked about a lot. But, when people refer to, later shows, I see, Budapest mentioned a lot. And Nebworth. But Barcelona, in a way, gets some points. And on the early part of the tour, why not throw the third Leiden in there? Because even though it gets talked about, it's a little bit more underrated compared to the other 2 Leiden shows. And Paris, too, is a little bit underrated. Really cool stuff on that show. So there's a couple hand-picked shows that deserve some TLC. And also can't forget Mannheim. And question 4, what is your favorite song from the album A Kind of Magic? Let's see. There's a couple good ones on there. I would probably have to go with the title track, A Kind of Magic. I know it sounds pretty cliche, but it's just a nice, well-rounded pop rocker written by Roger Taylor, and I think it's a fantastic song. I love it. I have it as my ringtone on my phone. I love that song. That is my favorite song on the entire A Kind of Magic album. Okay. And second user on here goes by the name of Tony Salvo, who asks me lots of questions. But unlike certain other people who ask lots of questions, these questions make lots of sense and are pretty well written, and they do a bunch. There's a bunch of different topics, so I'll be more than happy to help with the answers and give my thoughts on these questions. But first of all, since there's a lot, I'm gonna have to crack open one here. Need to hydrate. Oh, I am. Sorry, I need to hydrate my vocal cords. Yeah, we're gonna keep that in there. Yeah, hiccuping on the review. That's something. All right, Tony, let's get your questions answered. Hello, Greg. How are you? I have some questions that I would like you to answer. Absolutely. Question 1 is, why didn't Queen transpose their songs in a lower key during the jazz tour on the later dates, or during some dates early during the tour? It seems that during some of the 2011 Journey concerts, Journey adjusted the key change on some nights to help out Arnell. Well, that actually I really don't know the reason why. I know they had to transpose a couple songs down, but as far as the jazz tour is concerned, I don't know. Maybe they wanted to do it in the original key because it was just easier. They didn't want to adjust on the fly, so the songs would sound right. Because like for Queen songs, I mean, if you tune it down, certain songs half a step or full step down, sometimes it takes the sizzle out of the song, or it sounds weird. But Freddie was a genius at adapting to his vocal shape for the most part, and great alternative melodies. And he was really good with harmonics. So I think they would rather do that. Oh, well, we'll play it in the original key, but Freddie can adjust the melody line to his vocal shape and confidence. And for the Journey reason, it was probably a different ball game, because some of those songs, are so familiarized in the public eye with those melody lines that if you started, taking the melody and playing around with it and lowering it and goofing around with the melody, it'll sound weird. So I think they for those songs, those sing-along songs like "Don't Stop Believing," they'd rather tune down a little bit, but still sing, the melody line correctly, or the proper line, I should say. But so I think it all depends on the song and the band, to be honest. Question 2. What do you think of Arnel Pineda's singing voice in Journey today compared to when he first started singing in 2008? Well, it's definitely different. It is a little bit lower. He's 7 years older. Little bit has got more of a husk to it. Age and touring did it. So yeah, there's a definite change in his voice. Question 3. Do you think Steve Augeri should still sing Journey songs, and do you think his voice has recovered from the damage that occurred during the 2003 to 2006 time period? From what little I know about that, I did see some videos of him performing Journey songs fairly recently, and they're in lower keys, and he still sounds pretty good on the songs. The thing what happened with Steve Augeri is, they over tour. Jesus, I mean, Steve Perry has one of the hardest songbooks ever, and you have to be in shape. You have to have the range and a very flexible tenor voice to sing Steve Perry's Journey material. Otherwise, you'll end up like Steve Augeri, who did a remarkable job with what he had, but he didn't have the stamina to deal with it. And a few years into his tenure with Journey, his voice started giving him problems, and they had to unfortunately resort to that backing tape stuff that resulted in a huge scandal. But I think his voice has definitely recovered, and yeah, he can sing whatever he wants. I haven't heard his material outside of his Journey stuff, so I can't really comment on like the Tall Stories stuff. But as long as he takes care of his voice and people, like his performances, I say he should sing whatever he wants, including the Journey songs. I just don't want his voice to crap out again. Question 4. Have you heard the cover of Another One Bites the Dust by Maria Osmond, and what is your opinion on the cover? Yes, I did hear it. Not really a fan. I'm sorry. It's just the way she was singing it was just weird and just shooting up the high notes randomly, and then it sounded like it was in multiple keys. Not her singing, but it was sung to one key, but then it had like Freddie's backing vocals sampled in at the original key, and then the guitar was in the original key, so we had like two keys colliding, and it sounded overproduced and just too crowded. Like it didn't work really. She gave it a good shot. I'll give her that, but not her favorite of mine. I'm sorry. Question 5. Why did Freddie's voice change during the start of the North American 1982 tour? It could be a few things. Partying, not preparing the voice for a tour, so it's not well oiled, so it's not like prepared for the tour really. Traveling around in different climates and time zones, that can have a factor on the voice. Everyone's voice reacts different to outside factors. You can have someone who smokes, parties, and travels all over the world and still has a consistent voice that doesn't change much, and then you can have someone that sounds great on one show and then 2-3 shows into the tour, it's totally shot from all the partying and singing. So I think the voice change was due to, there's really no one answer, but some possibilities could be, partying, not being well oiled, and just the general wear and tear of traveling all over the place. That can put strain on the voice. And that's what I think. I don't know if that's the definitive answer, but it's better than saying, I don't know. Question 6. What do you think about the change in Elton John's voice after the 1997 tour? Around the 1998 tour, Elton's voice got deeper, especially around 1999. I even noticed it at the time that his voice changed a lot. Was it due to aging or over-touring? Do you think some additional singing lessons would have helped Elton on the 97 tour, 1998 tour time period? And would it improve his voice? Well, I have a second channel on YouTube. Gregsynthbootlegs, this channel is my main one, and then Gregsynthwizard is the Elton channel where I do. That's the sister channel to this one. I upload Elton John's live shows and review his albums with my buddy Stan from the Netherlands. About Elton's voice from that time period. When he started the tour, he was 50 years old, so his voice was matured. What happened, what changed his voice the following year was his voice through 1997 was consistent. The first 1998 leg from North America, still he sounded pretty much the same as 97. What happened after that was he got sick on the middle leg from April and May, so his voice degraded a little bit. He caught a cold, and he sang through the shows, which caused roughness, so his voice did deepen, and he sounded very swollen. Like, if you ever have a cold or laryngitis, you get that swollen sound in the throat and voice, and it sounds very thick and heavy and not as effortless as it was. So he got sick there, but also what happened was on the tour leg after that, from August, then there was a North American tour after that. They changed drummers from Charlie Morgan, fantastic drummer, to Jack Bruno, who according to Elton Bootlegs is one of my absolute favorite drummers. What happened was Jack Bruno had a style where he would just pound the shit out of the drums, and just his style didn't suit Elton at all. Bad time, you name. I can go into that later, but he would over drum, and Elton would have to over sing in a way where he would strain himself over the drum so he could hear himself, and the over touring really caused his voice to kind of deepen and darken, because if it's overused, you get it can get hoarse, and so his voice did deepen quite a bit into the later '98 shows, into the North American tour. From August, September, October, and then into November and December of that year where they go to Europe. And his voice was very different to when it started at the beginning of the year. So it was mostly just over touring, and some age did do it because 50, 51. I think it was a mix of both. I don't think singing lessons would have done anything because, when he first started the tour, his voice was massively improved over the last tour. He did learn. He sang safer, wiser, much cleaner vocals in the last tour. Singing lessons, maybe Elton wasn't really thinking about it. Maybe he had his own way of doing it. The singing lessons probably would have preserved it a little bit more, but it probably wouldn't have made much of an impact, especially if you have someone who's over drumming and you have to strain yourself. So singing lessons probably wouldn't have done much, if anything. But his voice did change into that around that time period due to a combination of over touring and age. And his voice did improve on the '99 tour, although it was deeper than '97, but that was age related, and he still sounded pretty freaking good on the shows I heard. All right, answered an Elton question on my Queen channel. Love it. Question 7. What is your opinion of the best version of Let Me Entertain You live out of all the Queen tours? The best version of the song is Hammersmith 79. Great singing by Freddie. Band is very tight. No sloppiness like the last tour on a few versions. And the song sounds great with the tempo a little bit faster, and it was made to be played live. And I think it sounded great on that show, and probably the best version of the song overall. And now in terms of like tour by tour, the best one from the jazz tour would probably be the second New York show from '78. Saarbrücken gets a mention. That's pretty good. And then for the game tour, Oakland '80 is fan freaking tastic. Probably the best 1980 version. And then from '81, Monterey gets a shout out. That's a very good version as well. All right, question 8. Have you listened to the 1983 Journey Live in Tacoma bootleg, and do you think Steve Perry got vocal nodules during the Frontiers tour or the Raised on Radio tour? Well, I don't listen to Journey very much except for some studio stuff here and there. I've caught a few live performances from Steve Perry now and then. Was an amazing singer back in the day. I have not heard Tacoma. I do know he had vocal problems on the Raised on Radio tour. I don't know if it was nodes or just overworked his voice, but I do remember him having issues on that tour, especially on the later parts. I don't know if it was nodes, but from what I remember, he did sound very worn and raspy. So it may have been nodes, but I can't say for sure. Question 9. Do you have any of the 2001 Queen remasters from the UK or USA? No, I just have the Hollywood. I still have the original Hollywood remasters from '91 that I got years and years ago when I was started collecting all the studio stuff. So I still have those. I listen to the bonus stuff on YouTube though, so that kind of makes up for it. But no, I don't have the remasters yet. And now his questions continue on this page. Question 10. Have you heard that there are super audio CDs of the Elton John album Madman Across the Water, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Honky Chateau, and Tumbleweed Connection? And these discs include stereo and surround sound mixes. Yeah, I have heard of those. I don't personally own those ones. I just have the standard remasters that happened in the 90s or early 2000s, depending on it, because I try to go on Wikipedia and try to find ones with like the bonus tracks, and I collect them and stuff, but I don't have those. I've heard of those, but I don't personally have them. I think they would sound amazing though. Question 11. What do you think about the departure of Steve Walsh from Kansas and his replacement singer Ronnie Platt? I think Ronnie's doing a great job in Kansas, the same way Joseph Williams replaced Bobby Kimmel in Total. Well, about Steve Walsh, I think he was an amazing singer. later years, obviously showing his age from the wear and tear on the road. So he left on his own terms, and I give him respect for leaving on his own terms and stuff. And I think Ronnie's fantastic. He does the material very well. He is wonderful. I do like his singing, and I think I've seen some band videos on YouTube and performances, and the band sound great. And I think Ronnie breathed some new life into the band, and they changed the set list up and everything. And I think Ronnie's great. He's great. And then another Kansas related question: do you want Kansas to do a new album with Ronnie? Yes, I do. I think the current live band is awesome, and I think they should go into the studio and cut a record. And Ronnie fits in with the guys very well. So yes, I would like them to do a new album, and I will buy it. Question 13: what do you think of the 5.1 mixes of Queen's Greatest Hits on DVD number 1 and 2? I think they're good. Really, not much more to say. I enjoy them. And the last question: what do you think about Elton singing on Peachtree Road, and do you think he sings better today than he did 11 years ago? On Peachtree Road, I think he sounds aged. That's what I think. I think he sounds like worn and aged, and that was probably mostly due to because back in the last decade, he still was touring like mad all over the world. Nowadays, it's more trimmed back. There's a lot more breaks, more time between the shows. So the songs are I haven't heard the album in a little bit, but from what I remember, I think I like the album, but I do remember his voice sounding very aged on that record. And I do think he sings better today than he did, 10, 11 years ago. Obviously, he's older. He sounds darker and he sounds more aged than back then, but he's wiser in a way. He doesn't thrash his voice. His tone is cleaner live than it was 10 years ago. He sings a lot of the rockers, like Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting and I'm Still Standing, better now than back then. And he's become better in a lot of ways. And, he's been pretty consistent live the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 years. And overall, I do think he sings better today than 10, 11 years ago. Thank you for the questions. Very good. Next question's from a familiar face. Is Sam, Queenaholic, 1994. If you could make your own studio Queen compilation album of 30 songs, 2 songs from each studio album, which 2 songs would you choose? I would pick for Queen 1, I would pick Keep Yourself Alive and Liar. Queen 2 would be March of the Black Queen, Seven Seas of Rye, Sheer Heart Attack, Killer Queen, In the Lap of the Gods Revisited, Not the Opera, Death on Two Legs, and Bohemian Rhapsody. Day at the Races, White Man, and Somebody to Love. News of the World, I will pick Spread Your Wings, and We Will Rock You, and We Are the Champions. I cheated on that one. Jazz, Fat Bottom Girls, and Dead on Time. The Game, Save Me, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Hot Space. I would put Under Pressure in there, but if that is exempted out of it, I would pick Back Chat and Calling All Girls. The Works. It's a Hard Life, not the 9/7 version, but the studio version. And I would also pick Hammer to Fall. And then for A Kind of Magic, title track, and Princess of the Universe. And The Miracle, I Want It All, and Breakthrough, Innuendo, The Show Must Go On, and These Are the Days of Our Lives. Made in Heaven, I would pick Heaven for Everyone, and Too Much Love Will Kill You. So there we go. Those are the two. And I believe I accidentally copy-pasted that onto another page here and didn't adjust it properly. So So I'm going to answer your questions on this page that were intended for this page. So bear with me. And the next question you asked was, why do you think Queen called their tour of Venezuela and Mexico the Gluttons for Punishment tour? Well, Gluttons of Punishment is basically a term meaning somebody who is willing to face adversity and problems and risk and stuff. And they want to get into this ridiculous nonsense. They want to get into trouble. They are willing to do this. And throughout that tour leg with the Venezuela and the Mexican shows, there were a lot of problems. First, the former president died, so they canceled 2 of the shows after that Caracas show that's on bootleg video. So they were stuck in Venezuela for God knows how many days until things resumed. The Venezuela show that we have on bootleg video and audio had technical problems. And then the Mexican shows, oh good God, the backstories about that, about Monterrey where they were fed meat and chicken bones and stuff from cats and rats. Puebla with the rowdy crowd and the backstage drama, and the venue falling apart, people getting hurt in the audience, people throwing things at the band because they thought they were pocketing extra money from battery resales. So yeah, Gluttons for Punishment is a fitting term. So I think that's why it was called that. And then the last question actually is more of a one of those like compilation questions about picking songs, and it is, what's your favorite introduction to Crazy Little Thing Called Love? And then he lists all the tour legs in chronological order. And I will tell you, favorite intros are Hammy 79, Hartford 80, the first Wembley 80, Tokyo 213, the first Sao Paulo show, the first Puebla show, Milton Keynes 82, East Rutherford 82, Tokorozawa 82, the first Birmingham 84, the 5/9 Tokyo show, and the first Wembley show from the Magic Tour, and then the wild card, which is Live Aid. That's always been a good one for me. I love that intro so much. All right, thank you for those questions, Sam. And now Christian V says these questions. Why did Queen never perform the full version of Killer Queen? I never heard the Playful as a Pussycat part live. What is your favorite version? I think the reason why it was omitted was because the last part had all the the overdubs and the multi tracks, so they couldn't produce it live. I think that's the reason why, and plus it would probably work better in a medley, so I think that's why it was shortened. My favorite version, ones I like to listen to, I really like the Stockholm and Copenhagen versions from '78, and I love the Crazy Tour versions like Hammy 79. Those are some of my favorites. I love those. Question 2. Do you like Party? After a couple of beers with some friends, it becomes a great song. That's pleasant filler. I don't love it. I don't hate it, though. It's okay. I got no hate for it. 3. Do you like the Argentinian shows of Queen? Yes, I do. I like the Buenos Aires shows. I think they're energetic, great atmosphere. Band is very tight considering how crazy the atmosphere was in a good way. Focusing, and Freddie sounds great. So yes, I do like the Argentina shows. 4. Do you like I'm in Love with My Car? Fuck yes, I like I'm in Love with My Car. One of my favorite Roger Taylor songs. All right, thank you. Jay Smith. Hey Greg, how do you feel about Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy? I think that's a very good, very, very good song. It's in my top 5 on the day at the races. Very playful. Works great live. And Freddie has that nice, playful, light, little campy delivery, and I love it. So I think it's a great song. Love it. And then Mr. Sam Gibler asks, was the rock section of Bohemian Rhapsody from Montreal overdubbed in the studio? Live, he almost always has a pause between Stone Me and Spit in My Eye, which is correct. But in the Montreal version, he didn't. It sounds much better that way, in my opinion. Well, I'll tell you why. Yes, it was overdubbed. If you listen to the audience recording from the Montreal show on my channel, which is from November 24th, they use that version on the Rock Montreal show. They cleaned it up a little bit. They fixed a couple bum notes, and they did overdub the rock section. Because the original one has the pause and Freddie losing control of a note. So, yes, it was overdubbed. And I do like the original phrasing, without the pause. Although, I'm used to the live version, so it doesn't bother me. But, thank you for the question. Okay. Next user, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly. I believe it's Tomas Stromsky, I think. I'm sorry if I butchered that. You can berate me in the comments. Asked me quite a few questions, and I shall answer them. Start off with, Hi Greg, I've listened to the Sun City 1019 impromptu, and I love it. It's a powerful mid and low range voice of Freddie. You are freaking right. Question 1. Are there similar impromptus from other concerts? Can you name several of them? Well, that is a great impromptu, one of my favorites. A really good one you should check out is the Sydney show from 1985. It is the one that's April 26th, 85. It has a really good impromptu with like some lower singing by Freddie, and he does great falsetto. That's one that really comes to mind. The Tokyo ones from 85 also have really good diverse singing with the really high falsetto, some whistles, and then some lower baritonal singing by Freddie. So I highly recommend those versions. I love them. Question 2. Do you plan to also upload Queen plus Paul Roger gigs with a description? Yes. I can't give an official timetable on what I'm going to do for the spin-off channels. I will upload stuff from like Queen plus Paul Rogers, Queen plus Adam Lambert, maybe some Queen Extravaganza shows. I don't know about some of that, but I can confirm that I will be uploading at least the Paul Rogers and the Lambert stuff. I don't know when. It'll probably be after I can do no more on this channel, or very little, but I will say yes to that. And I will make a video on that when it gets near that time. I promise. Question 3. When are you going to upload the blooper video? That is going to be this month. I got stuff going in all directions, and it's slowly but surely getting done. So far, the last time I checked, it's around 4 hours so far. So, yeah. I'm trying to put stuff together, rearrange things in the order, write things out. So the idea is done. I'm just getting everything in order and in the best possible way I can possibly do. And because I want people to have fun on that video. And I will try to get it done at the end and upload it at the end of the month. And I will probably put some, if I'm able to, I'll probably put some intermission stuff in there, because if you guys sit through a 4-hour video without breaks, you guys are nuts. So that's what I plan to do. Question 4. How much time do you spend by listening to one concert before you upload it? The minimum, maximum, and average? Well, good question. When I'm about to upload a show, I do listen to it at a minimum 2 times. Maximum, probably I'd say about 5 or 6 times. And then over the course of the last 5 years, I have been doing about an average of, say, 3-4 times overall with the shows. And then I'm listening to it as I'm working on the videos and typing the description in. So, it's, that's how much I do. And how much time in terms of hours? Well, several hours. Several hours of listening to the show, gathering notes, remembering things, and then making the video. And then he puts a tagline at the end. Don't drink that colored shit. Stick with Vine. Take care and thanks. Tomas. Well, sounds like a German name, I think, because I saw Vine or so. I shall drink this colored shit for you. Had some colored shit. Thank you. All right. Thanks for the questions. Next is Freddie is the Champion, who has quite a few questions here. We have 10 of them. Question 1. If you had the chance to meet either Jesus Christ or Freddie, which one would you choose and why? Well, I'd meet Freddie Mercury because he's fucking awesome with a goddamn fucking cool-ass mustache. And he can hit some great high notes, and he's amazing. I'd pick Freddie. And question 2, Sun City versus Hammersmith 79. I like Sun City, but I'm sorry. Crazy Tour reigns supreme. Hammy. Question 3. Did you know there was once an epic singer? His name was Freddie Mercury. I didn't know that, but I'll check him out on YouTube. Thank you. Question 4. Freddie Deacon or John Mercury? Well, Freddie Deacon sounds like a pastor that got rejected from a church. And John Mercury sounds like an official, official head of a club or something. But I'll go with John Mercury. It has a better ring to it. Question 5. Which singer has the most awesome chest wig? That's a tie between Freddie Mercury, Elton John, and Paul Stanley. Check out their bare chests. Question 6. What was your reaction when you first listened to one of those Japan 79 shows? Oh, my reaction was, what the fuck happened to Freddie's voice? That was my very first reaction, because I first saw that stuff like 7-8 years ago, and it was fucking horrendous, and I still think it's fucking horrendous. That was my reaction. What the fuck happened to Freddie's voice? And then I learned as I got older about what happened and learned what the Queen shows. So that was my reaction. What the fuck happened to Freddie's voice? Question 7. Do you think Don't Try Suicide should have been performed live? Don't really have much to say on that. I mean, at least we got some bass solos from the current, from the Queen plus Adam Lambert tour. I don't know if it would have worked live. I don't know, but at least we got a bass solo out of it. Question 9. Can you say something in French, German, or Italian? Okay, I'll make a fool out of myself and look like a jackass. Okay, in order. Oui, au revoir. Okay, German. Auf Wiedersehen. And Italian. Ciao. There you go. That's all I know. Question 10. Does your cat like 50 Shades of Grey? Which singer has the most epic teeth? Well, I'll tell you what. Since you had to ask that question, let me go ask him right now. Hey, Boo Boo Kitty. You like 50 Shades of Grey? You like 50 Shades of Grey? You like 50 Shades of Grey? What? Oh, you're moaning. Is that a pleasurable moan? God damn it. Come over here. Come over here. Come here. I want to know if you like 50 Shades of Grey. Come on. Freddie is the champion. Asked a question. I need to get your response. Come here. Come here. Come here. Do you like 50 Shades of Grey? Do you like it? Hey. Hey. Well, he's pleasurably scratching up his scratching post, so I think he does like 50 Shades of Grey. But you're fucking sick. That's all I'm going to say. And then the question, last one, which singer has the most epic teeth? Freddie Mercury. The overbite made that awesome resonance in his voice, so we'll have to go with Freddie on that. Thank you for those questions. Very unique ones. Okay. An old favorite of mine, Matt's Comics, asks a handful of questions, and I shall answer them. Question 1. If you're going to release a new version of Live Magic, which shows would you use? Well, first of all, we would throw out the old Live Magic, because that's a fucking stupid live album. Who would chop up songs like that and then put a bunch of fucking shows together like that? No. The current Live Magic is garbage. Throw it out. If you want the Gregsynthbootlegs version of Live Magic, first what we're going to do is we're going to listen to all these Magic Tour shows and really just look at the best performances instead of just going, we'll just use Nebworth and Wembley and Budapest and smash them together and make a live album. No, that's not how to do it. You have to go through the tour and pick the best performances of songs overall, and then make a live Magic album. Because I want that album to be successful. I don't want it to crash and burn and be a failure. But overall, if I were to use live Magic as a base, and what shows would I use? Just mix, use all 3 Leiden shows together. There you go. There's your live Magic. And if there's a mistake on one Leiden show, just use one of the other 2 shows. So you have, I'll say Queen, live in Leiden, or Leiden Magic, and just have it like that, and just list the dates. June 11th, June 12th, and June 19th. There you go. Live in Leiden. Case closed. Fuck off. There you go. There's your album. Because all 3 of those shows have some of the best versions of songs, and they're all great. So there you go. There's your live Magic album. Question 2. Besides the Australia shows, what's the longest show Elton John has done? Well, he's done 3-hour shows for Seattle 75. And he's done some shows on the Made in England tour that were like almost 3 hours. So there you go. Question 3. Do you want a Queen Rock Band game? Hell yeah. I want to see if I can blow my voice out on the songs and attempt to play guitar and attempt to play bass and drums on it. So yes, I would like a Queen Rock Band game. Question 4. If you had to choose between Hammersmith 75 or Hammersmith 79, which one would you pick? I would pick fucking Hammersmith 79. It's the Crazy Tour. Hammersmith 75 has Freddie and Brian having the flu, and Fred sounding rough and strained, and the band screw up in spots. They were nervous. Hammersmith 79. I mean, even the cat, thinks it's ridiculous. Do you prefer Hammersmith 79 over 75? Well, there you go. Hammersmith 79 is the obvious choice. I would pick that for so many reasons. And then question 5 is, what is your favorite Elton John set list? Do you mind? Go away. My favorite set list of Elton John's. There's a lot of good ones he's done. I like the 79 tour set list he did with Ray Cooper. Very diverse set list, incorporating a lot of songs from all of his albums. I love that one. Basically, the Ray Cooper set lists, like from 79 and 93, are some of my all-time favorites. Question 6. What's your opinion on 3 Sides Live by Genesis? I don't listen to Genesis, so I can't really say much on that, really. Question 7. What would Fight from the Inside from News of the World sound like live? Probably pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit more raw sounding. And question 8. Why do you think they split up the songs Son and Daughter and Keep Yourself Alive for the Rainbow 74 release? I don't know. Probably so someone can jump, to the track if they want. That's probably why. So thanks for those questions. And now we have from Lisa from Germany, asks about 10 questions, and I shall answer all 10 questions with the help of Boo Boo Kitty. Hey, why are you twitching? What do you want, pets? I'm trying to do a fucking vlog here. Get your ass out of the camera. Go away. Fine. Question 1. Get off of the paper. Seriously. Fine. Be right there and be a good kitty. Okay. You want to play like that? Okay. If Freddie had performed the Fairy Feller's Master Stroke during Live Aid, do you think he would have hit all the high notes? Yeah, I think he'd give it a good shot. He was definitely on point that gig, so I think he'd give it a good shot. 2. What is your favorite song written by Freddie? Body Language. One of my favorites. Also, another one of my favorites is Somebody to Love. Question 3. Do you like John Deacon's short pants? Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact. Man, if he sneezes, the surprise is out. Question 4. Does Boo Boo Kitty like the... Does he like the Japan 79 gigs? Let me ask him. Hey, Boo Boo. You like Japan gigs? You like the Japan 79 gigs? You like Fukuoka? Tokyo? Do you like Nagoya 79? Do you like any of those shows? He's wagging his tail at me and hit me in the face. I hope he's not saying he likes that shit. I don't know. I'll get back to him on that. If he honestly likes that shit, he ain't sleeping in my bed anymore. I got a cat hair in my mouth. Question 5. Are you going slightly mad? Yeah, I am. Thanks for all these questions. Thank you very much. And yes, I am going slightly mad. Yeah, I was off key, whatever. Question 6. Do you want to have a voice like Roger Taylor? Yeah, I'll smoke some cigarettes and then sing extremely high. Then I'll sound like Roger Taylor. It'd be cool, though. But I think I'd kill myself if I sang like him. Complete the sentence. Met a man from China. Went down to Asia Minor. There you go. Question 8. Jailhouse Rock by Elvis versus by Freddie. Well, I prefer Freddie as a singer over Elvis. Although from the song, in terms of the song, you can't beat Elvis's version because he's the originator of it. But Freddie's live versions are great, so it's a tie. 9. Chuck Norris versus Freddie Mercury. I would have to say Freddie Mercury because he's Freddie Mercury. And then question 10. Are you glad that Queen didn't release the music videos of I'm Going Slightly Mad and Days of Our Lives in color? What do you think about the making ofs in color? Yeah, I think it was better with it black and white because it takes the focus off of Freddie suffering and stuff. Although when the color footage got released and that recent Days of Our Lives documentary, that was a little bit harrowing to watch. What do I think? I think in one way it was cool to see the additional footage in a way, for curiosity purposes. But on the other hand, it was pretty harrowing and emotional. I mean, it's like it's one of those things where you don't see Fred like that at all. You picture him as this very strong dude, and it's like you see this back, his making of footage where he's frail and stuff, and it's like, it's like you feel sorry for the guy in a way, but you give him points because he carried on doing what he loved best, making music and videos. So, it's the making ofs were emotional in color. Thanks for the questions. And then Ethan at EC Productions asked, do you know that Roger Taylor played the drums? No. Thank you for telling me, though. And now, there's a familiar name on here who deserves to have a drink in his honor because he asked 17 questions. Oh my god, I'm fucking thirsty. Yeah, reading these questions make me want to drink this. "17 questions. You're going to get your answers right now, buddy. Question 1. Is your name Pain? Yeah, my name is Pain. And that makes my throat hurt thinking about that song, especially live. Question 2. Is it all right now? Nothing is all right with you giving me questions and making me answer. Nothing's all right. Question 3. Is there beauty queens in this locality? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of beauty queens. Those beauty queens made Freddie's throat go on that and shoot up into the stratosphere to hit that note. So, yeah. Absolutely. Question 4. How do you think Freddie would have sounded on the Manchester gig for Elton in '82? well, hopefully stable, but probably similar tone to Japan, except hopefully with less cracking and squealing, and not sounding like a Latin American car horn with a dying battery. Um, that's what I think of that question. And then question 5: do you like when Ray Cooper's voice gives out? No, I do not. No, I don't like when he overdrives his voice and tries to imitate Freddie's vocal improvs and stuff. You know, it sounds hideous when his voice gives out like, oh, well, does not sound good. No, absolutely not. And then question 6. Yesterday was your life in ruin. Yes, it is, thanks to you. Go away. Question 7. How do you think he does it? Well, how do I do that? I do that by sitting right here at a table, in a seat, with a paper full of questions, with my MacBook computer, camera, Boo Boo Kitty, Mountain Dew, my stuff there, headphones here, computer there, there's that, drink here, keyboard, tapes there, blah, blah, blah. That's how I do it. That's how do I do it. Question 8. Do you like Latin American car horns? No! I don't. I do not like Latin American car horns. They sound out of key and very squealy. Fred Mandel. Question 9 is, Fred Mandel is better than Morgan Fisher. Don't you agree with that? I do. And if you want me to read it in the Ricky voice, I shall. Put it right on the edge here. Fred Mandel is better than Morgan Fisher. Don't you agree with that? Yes, I agree with that. I love how it just aired on the last note. I can't do that shit anymore. Question 10. Do you like scuba diving? No, because I drowned last time. And then question 11. Do you like butch racing? Oh, yes, I love the butch racing. It sounds so cool. Question 12. Do you like intentional darkening of notes? Yes, because it sounds funny and hilarious. And no, I'm not talking about the darkening on the Works tour where it sounded like shit. But darkening notes does tend to lead to interesting results. 13. Was Freddie ever a poor cow? Yeah, he was a poor cow named Melina who was backstage at the Munich '84 show for Elton John and wanted Freddie to go out there with his damaged leg. And dude, I'm still standing. Yes, he was a poor cow named Melina. Question 14. Do you like when a voice sounds like razor blades? No, I don't. I don't like the razor blade high note sound. That sounds stupid. That's what it sounds like. Especially Paul McCartney on the 89-90 tour. That's razor blade voice. Fuck that tour. Question 15. Don't you like when Roddy's voice gives out? No, I don't. Especially with you, making me come on Skype at absolutely amazing times and going, hey, I got to show you something. And then, okay, I think it's something good. But no. I hear click, click, click of your little, keyboard that makes you orgasm all over it. Click, 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 click. And then, I see the YouTube link or I hear some, something digital appear on your side, one of those those like audio sets, those audio cable things. Then all of a sudden I hear the Price is Right theme go, and then I hear this voice that goes, you're the next 4 contestants on The Price is Right, Bob Barker, in various states of whatever. So no, I hate that. Because a voice isn't supposed to give out on fucking 5,000 notes and squeal and disintegrate air and stuff. It sounds stupid. But I generally like it in person. So, thank you. Question 16. Did you know that deserves a Ricky voice? And hopefully my voice doesn't give out again. Did you know that you like the Red Strikes Back tour? I didn't know that, but thank you for reminding me that I actually don't. But thank you for the appreciation there. And the last question, thank fuck. What do you hope for the Queen fandom in the future? What I want them to do is not push me over the edge right now. But in all seriousness, what I hope for the Queen fandom is to continue the trend of listening to live shows and following the band. Because we have to keep the live material alive. So, yeah, that's what we have to do. And these questions don't help the Queen fandom. They make me look like a demented, ridiculous, nonsensical Michigander with a freaking fedora hat and a ring and leather jackets and questions and stuff and a cat. No, we have to show the Queen fandom that it's a high quality fandom that loves the band and the live stuff. So that's what we have to do. Thank you for the questions. Next set is from Lewis 167-1997. Asks actually good questions compared to the nut job before. Question 1: what's your favorite and least favorite Queen concert opener? My favorite is The Fast We Will Rock You, and least favorite J-Hall's Rock. I like it performed, but it doesn't work as an opener really. Sorry. Question 2: in your opinion, which Queen song is the most consistent live? Crazy little fucking thing called Fucking Love is the most consistent song because over all the years it was played. Very few bad versions, lots of great versions, lots of different versions, great jams. Love the song live. That's a very consistent song. Love it. What is your opinion on Las Palabras de Amor? Do you think they should have played it live? And what about All Dead, All Dead? I think it's a cool song. De Amor is. I think it would have been cool to try it live. I think it would have worked in a nice little acoustic, stripped down version, a la Love of My Life. I think that would have been cool. And all dead. It's a cool song. 4. Do you think jazz is underrated? In a way, yes. It's very eclectic, stylistically very different than a lot of Queen albums. It does a lot of different stuff. In a way, I think it is underrated because you have News of the World, which is one of Queen's highest-selling albums, and then you have The Game, which is one of the highest-selling ones. So it's kind of smashed between the two there. In a way, I think it's underrated. It's not all about Fat Bottom Girls and Don't Stop Me Now and Bicycle Race. There's some other good stuff on there. Question 5. What's your take on the new Queen songs released on the Queen Forever album? The Love Kills remake is okay. I think it sounds okay. Not woo about it, but, it doesn't suck. The Michael Jackson song is what I forgot the name of it. Too buzzed. This Must Be More Than Life Than This, or whatever it's called. That version I'm not too fond of. They fucked it up. You don't put fucking Michael Jackson's voice louder than Freddie fucking Mercury's voice. No, you don't do that. That's a mortal sin. That's like a proverbial slap in the face. No, you don't do that. I hate it. Now, as far as Let Me In Your Heart Again, that's a good song. That is good. Love that song. Freddie sounds marvelous on that song. Love it. Should have been in the works. 6. What's your favorite Queen lighting rig? I like the pizza oven from the Jazz tour and the Crazy tour one. I always love that lighting rig, and I think the Works tour one is very cool too. Thank you. And now we move on to the Estonian subscriber Ernst, who asks good questions. First, he says, best and worst performance from Freddie's tribute concert. Well, the best is, I think it's the Somebody to Love from George Michael. He nailed that fucking song. And the worst, Robert Plant's freaking innuendo nonsense. No wonder why it was cut. Didn't work. But he redeemed himself later in the 90s. Favorites from the solo works. Freddie, Brian, Roger, John. For Freddie, I prefer his Barcelona album over Mr. Bad Guy. And I love the Golden Priest. I love the Fallen Priest and the Golden Boy. How Can I Go On? And the title track are some of my favorite solo tracks of his. Brian's stuff, Back to the Light, Resurrection. Roger, I love Strange Frontier with Man on Fire being my favorite. And John didn't really have a solo stuff, so I can't really say much about him. But the other three, yes. And now, third question: do you have any Queen merchandise? Show us. Well, yes, I do have some Queen stuff. If I, I got quite a bit of it. I'll show you some of it right now. First, this is I bought this at Breakthrough 2011, I believe it was, in Atlanta. This is a Live Aid boot. This is a Live Aid bootleg right here, and it has Freddie. Oh, I'm sorry. Oops, wrong CD. Oops. Take two. There we go. This is the Live Aid bootleg I got. Bought it at the Breakthrough in 2011. Awesome Freddie pose right there with that mustache and the microphone. Right in the back here. This is what really kicked Live Aid into high gear with me, where I got to hear Freddie's vocals up front more. And this is what really made me love Live Aid a lot. Amazing. Now, since then, there's a much better version of this out there. But this was good. This right here, as you all know, Live at the Bowl. This is one of my favorite Queen releases. I love this. Here's Queen Rock Montreal with the Live Aid. I love this too. Get out of the way. And then this is probably my favorite. Oh, hey, get off the camera, fucker. Go. Hey, motherfucker, don't pull the cables. Shit. Oh, go away. Oh, motherfucker, you dickhead. Okay. Queen Live with the Rainbow, 74. My favorite merchandise right here. I love this album. Get it right now. Oh, son of a bitch. Don't pull on the goddamn cables. Oh, you're gonna rip the thing right off the... Oh, shit. You motherfucking cat. Go. Go away. Go away. Go away. Oh, I am so sorry about that. I apologize. And the cat fucked up everything. Okay, that's close enough. And then last question is: do you think Freddie would have still been performing if he didn't die? To an extent, yes. I think he would slow down, but I think he'd still produce and write new music and be more behind the scenes. But I think at least for a little bit he would still be performing, and then eventually he would slow down. I think I personally believe that. I don't know if it'd be true, but I would love to see Freddie, live and healthy in the 90s, 2000s, and onwards. That'd be awesome. Okay, and then we got Sam right there. So I already answered his questions because I fucked up there. Now we get to the final person who begs for this. So here's what we're gonna do. He deserved a drink for this nonsense. And another drink. Because we've come to the very final question on here. And what better way to end the vlog than to answer 25 freaking questions by Elton Bootlegs? Oh, great. This is a world record here. This is a world fucking record. This dickhead thinks he can answer all these, ask me all these questions. Well, you're gonna get your answers. I apologize. He's making me sick. There, you're making me sick, man. Okay. We're going to start right now at the top. I had like 57 seconds. I'm sure you do. Actually, this is the one timestamp I will say yes to because that's We Are the Champions from Live Aid. I am not falling for that trick. I actually like that timestamp. 2. Fred Mandel is awesome. Discuss. Man, I'm relieved. These are actually good questions. Yeah, Fred Mandel is a great keyboardist. Joined Queen on the Hot Space tour for the North American and Japanese legs, and played keyboards on the Works album. And he's a very tasteful player. Great at he knows. He's very tasteful when he plays, and what he plays is fantastic. Very melodic. Check out his work with Elton John on the Ice on Fire album, Leather Jackets, Red Strikes Back, Sleeping with the Past, and then the tours. From the '84 tour through to the Sleeping tour. So he's very good. He adds a lot to the live sounds of bands, and he's great. Very underrated. I do like him. Question 3. Does she seem to have an invisible touch? Yeah! Yeah. She touched something invisible of yours. Okay. Question 4. Can you sing B-flat 2s? Well, what's that note? I don't know what you're talking about. But maybe you can hit those B-flat 2s. Okay. I'll find out later. Question 5. Do F sharps work in We Are the Champions? No, they do not. Just listen to Brussels and 84 Second Night for that. No, they do not fucking work. Question 6. I hear you're a massive fan of Elton Baez. Is this true? Oh! Elton Baez. You gotta check this guy out. Greatest Elton John tribute artist out there on YouTube. Nails the vocals. Yes, I do. Question 7. When are you gonna upload more of your karaoke performances? Fuck off. Question 8. Do you have a least favorite Queen concert? Yeah, I do. And it's called Fukuoka 79, second night. 9. Question 9. I like 22 seconds to you. No! Question 10. Is Saturday night all right for fighting? Well, you know what? Saturday night is all right for fighting because you are asking me all these questions. So yeah, this Saturday, I'm going to whip your ass on Skype in many ways that I can think of and just go away and leave me alone. Question 11. Why are you so insane and like the Royal Gala from 1988 so much? Because you showed me that. And you said it was good, and then you said it was bad, and then you had to go with me on the video and said something to the effect of, you think the vocals are actually alright on this? He's burning most of the song, and I like this, and I like that. The Royal Gala is amazing. It has tasteful singing by Elton with great growling and burning, and I love the phrasing. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so fuck off. That's why I'm insane. 12. Is it true you torture certain subscribers with certain concert sound clips? Yes, I do torture people with concert sound clips because that's my fucking job on Skype. Yes, it's true. I admit it. Question 13. Have you ever considered changing the channel's name to Gregsynthboobies? No. I mean, maybe the one time, but you know what? I don't want to because I don't feel like talking about these, okay? I feel like talking about Queen shows, not my boobs, okay? No, not much to talk about anyway because I got a flat fucking chest. But if you'd like me not to have a flat fucking chest, I'll see what I can do for you. Maybe you can get off on that. Question 14. Do you like living easy without family ties? Well, certainly not the 2004 versions of that. Question 15. I like a minute 17, do you? No! Question 16. Goodbye Marlon Brando Live is interesting. Do you agree? Yes, it is. It sucks on most of the versions. Question 17. What's your favorite type of passionate singing? The passionate singing with multiple notes and cracking and squealing and this and that everything goes wrong, but it's still passionate because it's fun to listen to. Question 18. What's the worst intro to a Queen show ever? Probably Nagoya 79, where Freddie sings fucking We Will Rock You slow sharp with a bad voice. So yeah, you got double negative right there. Let's see, 19. Name some of your favorite Queen Elton John bloopers. Queen. Too many to count. Dallas 78, where Brian wants to do Death on Two Legs, and then fucks up the set list, and then Somebody to Love gets in there. The transition from I'm in love with my car. sorry, bicycle racing I'm in love with. My car's fucked up. Radio blah blah. It started off so fucking well from Stockholm '82. You know, any of the London '84 shows is one big blooper. So there's some Queen ones. Elton John bloopers. Copenhagen '84's Blues is hilarious. The Benny from Milan '84, I love that. I love 9/14/86. That's a whole blooper in itself. And last but not least, I love the Royal Gala. That's a blooper. And then question 20. Do you enjoy Phil Collins disintegrating his voice? No, I don't, but you get off on that, so maybe you enjoy it, but not me. 21. Am I annoying you yet? Hell no. You're not annoying me. I love you. Question 22. Did you know Queen were a band? No, I thought there were 4 guys that got together to make music, but thank you for telling me that they were a band. I appreciate that. Question 23. Do you miss PPN Steve? Yes, I do. He's my favorite black guy to talk to. I mean, you know, people say he's not, but he sounds black to me with that awesome, you know, soulful phrasing that sounds like a mix of Darth Vader and Isaac Hayes and you know, and probably someone else out there. But, you know, I love PPN Steve. I miss him. Question 24. Have your balls dropped yet? Let me check. Yes, I did. Question 25. Are you feeling restless? Oh, restless is not even a word to describe me right now. I'm feeling reckless. Thanks to certain substances. And thanks to you. Okay, there we go. All the questions have been answered. So there we go. And I had lots of fun on this episode. And I will see you guys in the near future.